Hello and welcome back to the 15th lesson of the Year 2 Theory and Methods section of this online series. Press pause as you add this as your title for this section, either on paper or a computer. The contribution of action theories to our understanding of society today, part 3. We'll also be looking at some direct criticisms. To recap, you need to be able to explain how each of these sociological theories explains society. The key distinction is whether a traditional sociological theory is structuralist or focusing more on the individual and how they create the society we live in today, which is where the action theory comes in. Symbolic interactionism is part of this action theory grouping of theories. It's a micro theory that is bottom up and looks at how we as individuals create society through our actions or interactions, if you like. Hence, the idea action theory is quite a good way of thinking about this. And this is denoted by this familiar graphic or illustration. To give you some examples, the question here is just asking you to think about this word. So just think about the word chocolate. Do you have an image of this in your mind? If so, in this case, you don't need an illustration to picture this. How does the word make you feel? All of this is just from seeing the word in print, because we've been socialised to think symbolically. Consider the following examples to illustrate this as well. What is the prefect badge a symbol of? Similarly here, what does the Rolex watch act as a symbol of? Symbolic interactionism first developed at the University of Chicago in the first half of the 20th century. Like other action theories, it focuses on our ability to create the social world through our actions and interactions, and it sees these interactions as based on the meanings we give to situations. We convey these meanings through symbols, especially language, and here is a simplified overview of Mead's work. Animals have fixed, pre-programmed instincts. We're humans. We respond to the world by giving meanings to the things that are significant to us. You see these people and then consciously interpret their feelings. Having interpreted, you choose how to respond. The shaking fist is the symbol, and this has a variety of possible meanings. To understand what is going on, Mead says that as humans, we must interpret the meaning of this symbol. Is this person planning on giving you a knuckle sandwich? Or is this just a little horseplay? By putting ourselves in the other person's position, we interpret their behaviour and then choose how to respond. Mead argued that through the process of role-taking, a person develops a concept of self. Mead saw the development of a sense of self as an essential part of the process of becoming human. It provides the basis for thought and action. Without an awareness of self, an individual cannot direct their own actions or respond to the actions of others. By acquiring a concept of self, a person can take the role of self. In this way, thought is possible because, in Mead's view, the process of thinking is simply an inner conversation, a conversation with yourself. This is a very brief summary of the work of Mead. As with all of the other theories, you need to be able to directly criticise them. This can be done by comparing and contrasting with other sociological theories, but you can also do this directly, as shown here. To recap, we have now looked at the two main types of traditional sociological theory, those based on structure and those based on action. As a point of evaluation, most usefully in a theory essay, we can make use of this third picture. It shows a combination of both structure and action being relevant. The idea that structures of society may limit our choices, but we still have choices to make, albeit within a certain set of circumstances or limits. Hence Giddens comes up with this idea of structuration, and this might be quite useful if you're asked about one particular theory. You could say this is a way of bringing in both elements. We have now looked at all of the main points in relation to this first bullet point from the specification. This is vital for Paper 1 and Paper 3 theory and method sections, but will also help you with all other parts of sociology as well. A good knowledge of theory is essential for any sociology student. Next time, we'll look at the next bullet point on the specification, that is, the concepts of modernity and postmodernity in relation to sociological theory.